Let me.
Sir, regarding the encryption,
Mhm.
if you could repeat that, just a brief about,
Definitely,
uh,
definitely. Encryption, right?
yes.
Okay. Don't worry. We'll discuss. So who able to recall the encryption? Anyone from the class able to recall what is the encryption? By the way, why you use the decryption and what is the encryption?
Sir,
Mhm.
there are two types of traffic. One is HTTP and other one is HTTP, that is a secure traffic. So to decrypt that secure traffic, we need that encryption profile, encryption decryption profile for that decryption profile, I should
Right,
say.
right. So, like as we discussed, right, we have the two type of traffic. One is the HTTP, another is HTTPS. So anytime when you are going to send HTTP traffic, that always going to be unencrypted. Means the traffic is going to travel as a plain text. That is a HTTP traffic, which is work on port 80. That is a type 1. For that, we do not require SSL decryption, right? This is not required. But when you talk about the HTTPS, that is going to work on 443, this is already encrypted traffic. So if the traffic which is going to process by the firewall, the traffic itself is encrypted. So if that traffic have any kind of the malware, any kind of Trojan, any kind of worm, any kind of vulnerability, any kind of the unauthorized file, means any kind of malicious content, that firewall will not able to understand what the traffic is going through me. So to understand those kind of the traffic, that we required SSL decryption, and that we have done this, right? Clear? So that SSL decryption is going to come in a picture. So for
Mm.
that, we just create the certificate. We discuss the inbound encryption, in like outbound decryptions, inbound decryptions. We discussed about the SSH proxy. We did the lab as well. So once you recap the videos, probably you are going to get better understanding. Okay.
Okay.
There
Sir,
is
in both the cases, while we are doing the outbound for the outbound traffic, for the outbound decryption and inbound, in both the cases, we need to import the certificate either in our device and from the server from which it is traveling.
definitely in both of the case certificate is going to required in the Palo Alto Firewall. One case, Palo Alto Firewall will generate the certificate in case of the outbound decryptions, and that required to install in the client PC. That's the outbound decryption. But in case of the inbound decryptions, you don't have to generate the certificate from the Palo Alto or from third-party root CA. Outbound, you can use the self-generated certificate from the Palo Alto, or you can use any third-party root CA certificate. But in inbound decryptions, what you have to do that you have to use your any server which is hosted in your local LAN or DMZ zone. That certificate need to be imported in the your decryption policy. Make sense? So in that's the two different scenario, but the certificate is going to be used in both of the scenario, and you just have to do the configuration. Okay, Tushar?
So how it is possible, sir, that because we in our environment we have thousands of PC, how can we import those certificates from the Palo Alto?
So
Is there any way?
there is two method. One, you can do the manual, all the 1,000 PC manual installation. You have to do that. That we have done. Another is the GPO group policy updates. Like that is the
Yeah.
GPO.
Okay.
So for from AD server, you can push that
Active Directory.
directly. Yes,
Yes.
directly you can push that. So both option available. So this is how it does happen basically, Tushar. Okay, makes sense.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Good. Good start. Subhas, how are you?
फाइन सर।
You did some practice.
हाँ सर, चल रहा है।
Okay. चलो, दीपक, इम्तियाज, Bridges, I believe I talked. Chandana, what is your status? You doing some practice, doing some recap?
Yes, sir, I'm practicing. I'm in 10th class now, actually.
Okay, no problem. Keep doing your practice. No problem. Go
Huh.
slowly.
But
And if you
sometimes
feel,
lab is not working.
सर
uh,
हेलो
yes, Imtiaz.
सर लैब का इशू है सर जब सर एक्चुअली ये होता है ना टाइम मिलता नहीं सैटरडे संडे टाइम मिलता है तो उस टाइम लैब चलती ही नहीं सर सर कई बार हो चुका है ऐसा सर
Dekho, Imtiaz, we discussed today with Bridges, right? So I'm going to say after this session one support number, right? Whenever we have a problem, because Bridges is doing lab since evening, right? So I don't know why it is happening for this particular group of people right now. So I just had a long conversation with Bridges. Actually, I'm just monitoring the entire lab since evening, since 4 hours, right? So Brajesh is doing, and he just mentioned that everything is working fine just 30 minutes or 45 minutes before of the class. So you also do your practice and let me know, because it's in top monitoring like happening on the servers, right? Why it is happening for you guys only. So definitely it is going to be solved. Okay.
ओके सर सर
Okay.
इन केस कि नाइट में करता हूँ नाइट में सपोर्ट किससे लूँगा
So just I'll share the number. After that, you'll just drop whenever the lab is going to be stopped. Okay. See, one thing you guys have to understand, this is not dedicated lab. Okay. This is a shared lab. So what happens in shared labs? Shared labs, multiple people are doing the lab at the same time. Okay. So many people, what they done, they just start devices and do not stop it. Let's suppose one server have 100 devices. So people start 100 devices and they do not stop the devices. So what happened? Server is going to be full utilized, and in that case lab technician must be reboot that server because they don't know the credential who started what. So that's the situation. We know that in that case might be you are going to get a disruption while doing the labs, but it is going to be once in a day or might be twice in a day. It's not going to be always, right? So that's why I'm just last 5 to 6 hours I'm in the office, I'm just monitoring everything right now, and I just want to make sure because the Bridges complain a lot. So based on that complaint, I just make sure I just call to Bridges and I just try to understand what issue he's facing. But he just mentioned everything is working fine as of now. So we'll see how it is going to resolve. Okay.
ओके सर लेट्स सी
All right. Let's move on the topic, guys. So today we are going to discuss about the HA. That's the most important topic. And I believe you guys always going to require during your production for the troubleshooting and the configuration, failover, means day-to-day operation, you always going to use that. So please understand carefully and ask any questions if you're not feeling any good concept while doing the discussion. So for very first thing, we have to understand what is the HA and why it is going to be required. So HA basically stand for the high availability. And what is the high availability? That means let's suppose we have the one of the LAN segments. Just think about this is my LAN segment. DMZ user is here. This DMZ user is trying to access the internet. Let's suppose we do not have this firewall for momentary. Just we have a single firewall. So my traffic is going to process via this particular firewall and going to the internet or any kind of the destination. What if this my firewall is going to be down? So it is going to become a single point of failure. So if it is going to become a single point of failure, that means this user is entirely going to isolate from the all connectivity. Means he cannot access your internet. He cannot access any internal application which might be behind of the firewall. Might be he want to talk to trust zone. Means everything is going to be down. So that's not a good idea, right? So because in my network, these are the machinery devices and it could be any kind of the issue at any point of time. So I should use some sort of a solution in that if my one device is going to be down, still my another device is going to play a critical role to just fail over the traffic without any user interruptions, without any user bad experience. For that, we require the HA. That is a high availability. So in that scenario, what is going to happen? We use the one pair of the firewall means two firewall is going to required, and one firewall is going to carry the traffic at a one time, and one is going to act as a standby. So if this is going to down, so my automatic traffic is going to fail over on that particular device, and it will going to carry again in the same scenario. So in HA, Palo Alto, we have the two type of the HA. One is the HA, that is the active passive. Another type of the HA we have in the Palo Alto is the active. So we'll do the lab for the both of them, right? First we'll do this one, second we'll do this one. So right now I'm just going to talk about the active passive. So in this active passive scenario, what is going to be happen? In my Palo Alto, we are going to use one Palo Alto firewall, means Palo Alto firewall scenario. One firewall is going to act as active, and one is going to act as a passive. So primarily, all traffic is going to send to a destination via this active, means this zone also going to send the all traffic to the destinations. But in case of the any failure, this is going to become the active from the passive, means this firewall is going to be down. There is another different conditions. Might be this link is going to be down. So if link is even going to down, LAN, WAN, or any critical link, still my failover is going to happen. That is known as the link monitoring based failover. Any issue in the my cloud path, let's suppose my one of the cloud become unreachable, link is up, but some cloud is become unreachable. So that is also going to have a failover. That is known as the path monitoring. So we have the path monitoring concept, we have the link monitoring concept. So we'll discuss these all two scenario as well. The third, my device itself is getting failed. The fourth, manually might be you want to force the traffic from primary to secondary. That is also option available to make the your like failover. So let's discuss as per the official documentation. And in the official documentation, if you can see here, high availability HA is the configure in the two firewalls. Maximum you can use only two firewalls that are placed in a group, and their configuration is going to be synchronized to prevent any single point of failure of your network. The same thing I explained. And a heartbeat connections between the firewall, between the peers, are going to be continuously exchanged for the seamless failover. Means anything is going to be happen, means any bad connection is going to happen for the WAN LAN link. My path is going to be bad, my firewall is going to be bad. So my heartbeats are going to be inform me there is something not good, and based on that they will do the failover, right? So setting up the firewalls in a two device cluster provide the redundancy and allow you ensure business continuity. Means if you do not have the HA, my business continuity might be disrupted. Means you are in the office, you have a single router, there is a problem if that router is going to be down. So in a Palo Alto firewall, when you want to build the HA, I'm not going to read all this theoretical, you guys can read it. But what you have to understand. So as I mentioned, there is a two mode, HA active passive and HA active. So we'll discuss active later, but in active, what is going to be happen? Both firewall is going to act as active. Means this will also send a traffic, this will also send a traffic. But one is going to act as active primary, one is going to act as active secondary. But at the same time, both firewall will process the traffic. So we'll see how this scenario is going to work. But let's focus on the active passive as of now. So moving down, when you have to build the HA, if you're going for the interview, they are going to ask, what is the prerequisites to build the HA in the Palo Alto? That's the most important question always going to be asked. Anyone have any idea what is the prerequisite to build the HA? Any idea? Have you guys heard about this? Anything?
You have two firewall.
Yeah, two firewall is a prerequisite. Okay, what others?
Need to have,
सेम
sir,
सेम
two,
मॉडल सेम कैनवास होना चाहिए सर.
Yes, this is what. So see, if you want to build the HA, there is a prerequisite. Very first thing, at least you require two PA firewalls. This is the first thing. Second thing, both firewalls should have the same model. It should not like one side you have the PA 200 and another side you have the PA 420. They are not going to form the HA. So both sides, either you have the PA 420 or might be you have the PA 200. They have the same OS version, means right now here is a 9.0.0, here is a 10.0.0. So it is not going to form a HA. Both should have either it's 11.0.0. So this side also 11.0.0 should be there. Then it is going to, or 9.0 or 10.0. So both sides should have the same kind of the OS version. Same type of the interfaces, means whatever the interface you are going to use on the one firewall, that should be the exactly same replication of the another firewall. It should not like mismatch. Else, let's suppose you configure one of the interface for 10 gig, one is 1 gig. So if it is going to fail over, your traffic is not going to carry by your secondary firewall. So these are the prerequisite you have to be always remember this all for the interview point of view. Make this note. Subhas, Imtiaz, Gaurav, Deepak, Brajesh, Chandana, Tushar. It's clear to everyone, guys?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, good. Now, another concept you have to understand. Now we understand why HA, what type HA we have, what benefits we are going to get from the HA, and what is the prerequisite. Now, when you are going to build the HA, we have the special links. You can say here, we have to connect the special link between the firewalls. This is the one link, this is another link. So why these links are here? So we have two type of link. One is known as the HA1 link, and one other is known as the HA2 link. That is known as the control, and that is known as the data. We have the HA3 link also, right? But we'll discuss later. This is going to use for the active, not active passive. So we are not going to touch this one. We'll discuss later on. So let's focus on what is the HA1 link and what is the HA2 link. So first of all, if we are going to purchase the physical firewall, so physical firewall have the dedicated HA links, means you are going to find HA1 link, you are going to find the HA2 link and HCI link also. These three type of link you are going to find on the physical firewalls, okay, not the virtual firewalls. Clear? Let me show you how it is going to look like. So Palo Alto 5400 dataset. Let me try to show you. Let's see if I can. Let me try to figure out. 820. So let me try to show you if I can show you. See here. So you're able to see there is a HA1 link and HA2 link. It's a hard coded ports are going to be available on the physical firewall. So by using this physical firewall, you can connect two firewall together to make the HA. Let's suppose you have the 820 firewall, one is here, another 820 firewall you have the below. So this firewall also have the your two ports. That is one is the HA. This is the HA1 and this is the HA2. So you want to build HA. So HA1 is going to be act as a control link. Let me use some different color. So this is going, you have to connect the RJ45 cable. What cable? You have to LAN cable. That is the RJ45 cable you have to connect because it's an Ethernet port. And this also required to connect in this way. That is going to be also RJ45 cable. So they are going to, this is going to be your control link. And this is going to be your data link. Now, another ports type also I'll show you. Probably let me show you right away. In firewalls, we have the HCI ports. Let me show you. I have some snip. I was trying to show you, but let me show you first. See here. So we have some ports that is known as the HACIE, high speed control, and that is also used for the here for your HA connectivity. That is also for the your any kind of the like you want to high speed connectivity between the firewall, then this link is going to be used also. So even for that also you can utilize for the HA connectivity, but that ports are available in the very high model of the firewall, not even the 820 it is available, but that is also going to be used for the your HA connectivity, right? Just give me 1 minute. So that port also going to be used, and that's for the high speed data transfer. You want to do that, then you can use that. Okay. Now we know how it is going to be used for the physical firewall point of view. But if I have the virtual firewall, then these ports are not going to be available. So how I can use that? So even I can use the normal interfaces which is available in my firewall, like you can see Ethernet 1x4, Ethernet 1x5. These ports also can be used for the HA connectivity, and that is going to build the HA for your two devices. So you don't have to worry. Even you want to use a dedicated port, you can use. If you don't want even use dedicated port, you want to build a firewall with the HA with the normal interface, that is also possible. So in this environment, what we are going to do that we are going to build the HA based on the physical interfaces, not on the HA dedicated port, because the virtual firewall. Clear? So that's why here you can see we have the link we have the data link, that is the HA2 port, and one is the control link, that is the HA1 port. Now it is going to be asked in the interview, what kind of information you are going to carry inside of the HA1 link, and what kind of information you are going to carry inside of the HA2 link. So in a control link, whenever you just want to build the HA, and that is a control link, that is going to carry your hello messages, that is going to carry your heartbeats, whether you are alive or dead, and it is also going to carry your HA state information, whether you are active, whether you are the passive, and also it is going to carry your management interface related configuration, routing, user ID information. So only these 5 parameters it is going to carry by the your control link, means routing, user ID information, HA state information, hello, and heartbeats. No other information is going to carry by the control link, right? But if I talk about the data link is going to carry your all the sessions, forwarding tables, IPsec security associations, ARP table, and like any data related things it is going to be carried. So routing, ARP, session synchronization, IPsec security association, that everything is going to carry by your data link. Your HA1 port is going to work on these particular two ports, like 28769. So if your HA is not building in a firewall, so please verify these ports are allowed or not. And these for the clear text communication, and you want to make like encrypted, then you have to use the port 28. Similar for data also, you have the ports that is going to use for the HA data link can be configured the use of the IP protocol number 99, UDP port 29281, and that is going to use a transport link, and that is going to allow your all HA informations. That is how it is going to be there. You can configure control link, one another control link as a backup. So even my control link is going to be down, my backup is going to play a role. Data link also you can configure, and backup data link also you can configure. But generally we do not do this. So if I want to configure control link, backup, data link, so here you require the 4 links. But right now we just using the 2 links because generally we do not require that much of redundancy for the HA level. Any doubt till here, or everything clear, guys? All clear? Anyone have any doubt?
सर HA2 को data link भी hello or heartbeat HA state information, all these information also would be there now for data link.
No, data link is not hello. Hello is why hello? Hello is just you are alive or not. Hello and heartbeats. So that is not data. That is a control. That's checking the information whether you are alive or not. You got it?
सर जो इसके नॉर्मल इंटरफेस है जो आप बता रहे थे कि इसको एच भी कॉन्फ़िगर कर सकते हैं, तो वहीं पे वो ऑप्शन आता है कि जहाँ पे सर वो टैप इंटरफेस
Yes, yes.
और
I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. Let me अभी configuration नहीं किया है, so just give me 1 minute. I'll show you. Okay.
ओके ओके
Okay. So I believe theoretically you guys understand. Now we have to understand one more thing. There is a device priority and preemption. So let me do the configuration, and that time I'll explain what is the priority. Priority means if I want to build this device as a active. Okay. So if I want to build device as active firewall, this as a passive firewall. So by default, both devices have the same priority, 100, 100. So if my priority is going to be same, then the firewall which have the lower MAC address, that is going to become the active. So the tiebreaker is going to happen on the based on the lower MAC address. So MAC will be going to be tiebreaker if my priority is going to be same. But if I just make this firewall as a priority 50 and 100, so lower priority is going to be in the race. So whenever you want to make the active passive, so the firewall you want to make as a active, you have to set lower priority, less than 100. Or if you're not changing the 100, so you have to increase this 100 as a 150. So again, it's become the your active firewall. This is clear how selection is going to be happen. This is the priority. Now you guys able to answer?
Yes, sir.
Very nice. Now there is a preemption. Preemption is the method. Let's suppose I am the active firewall, right? And this is the passive firewall. And if I'm not going to configure preemption, so what is going to happen? If I'm going to be down, this is going to become active from passive. So this firewall is going to be active. And let's suppose this, I said priority 50 and this 100. So because this firewall was down, and that's why it's become the active. But what if this firewall is again come online? So if there is no preemption, in that case, this firewall will never become again active automatically, unless or until you are manually shifting the traffic from here to here. But if you configure the preemption, that means if this firewall is going to come again online, it will automatically take his ownership. This is the preemption. Is it clear? What is preemption?
Yes, sir.
Brajesh, Deepak, Imtiaz, Tushar, Subhas.
clear.
Clear, na? Okay, so let's start the configuration. I believe we discussed theoretically everything. I'll discuss if anything is missing, then I'll discuss later on. So very first thing, let's check what is my firewalls. Let me go here. So I will just log in. So let me. Okay, let me go on this firewall also. Okay, so let me check the IP. So system info. So this is 166. So system info, and this is 167. So let me log in these two firewalls. 67. This is my primary firewall. Okay. Let me go and log in my secondary firewall also. So very first thing, I'll change the host name. That's the very first thing. After logging these firewalls. So now I'm in the GUI. So let me very first thing, I'll change the host name. So I will avoid any confusion because the host name is going to be, so PA01, I'll make it here and I'll commit it. Here I'll make it the PA02. I'll click OK. And I'll commit it. Now, we are going to use the Ethernet 1x4 and 1x5 for the HA between these two devices. So we have to change these interfaces in a HA format. Let me do that. So I'll go here in the network. Let's first commit and then we'll do the configuration. So now it's done. Click and I'll just go here. I'll just refresh. So you can say PA01, PA02, it is going to be visible on the tab. So very first thing, what I'll do that, I'll go here and I'll go on the HU 1x4. For this, I want to make as a control link, but the port is going to be your HA port here. And you want to make a note here, you can just put as a control link. You want to use this particular link. So I have done this. So this is a control link. Now I have another HA link that is a 1x5. So I'll just go here and make as a HA, and this is going to be my data link. So this is done. Now you can commit. Now I'll go on another firewall. I'll do the same thing. So my HA link is going to be ready. Then we'll do the rest of the configuration. So this is going to be my HA. This is going to be my control link. No other configuration. This is going to be my HA. This is my HA port. And this is going to be my data link. This is also going to be okay. And I'll commit it. This is done. Now, once this is done, if I go in my dashboard, I want to see whether my HA status is showing anything up or down. How can I check that? So there is no HA option. So what you have to do, you want to check the HA information. So you have to go in the widgets. Just go in the widgets. There is a system and click on the high availability. So you just click on it. See, this is showing your HA is not enabled yet. I just configured the interfaces, but still my HA is not enabled. If I go on this another firewall and I just want to go in dashboard and just go in the widgets and I just click on the high availability, you can see HA is not enabled. So we have to first enable the HA and then we have to do the configuration call in the HA configuration. So how I can do that? I'll go in my device. Here is the high availability tab. You just click on that and here is the HA tab. So one more very important thing, guys, please make a special note. Whenever you are building the HA, let's suppose you build the two firewall in the HA, active, passive. Let's suppose taking a scenario, the active, passive only. So if both firewall is going to be in the HA, whatever configuration you are going to do on this firewall, it is going to automatically sync to the another firewall. If any configuration you are doing on this firewall, it will sync to this firewall, except this HA configuration. Means if I am going to make any changes in this section, it is going to be local to my firewall. If I'm going to make any changes on this firewall in HA section, it is going to be local. But you are going to create any policy, NAT, interface changes, that is going to be applied on the both of the firewall. Is it clear? Did you guys understand? This is a special instruction.
सर फिर से बता दीजिए.
मैं ये बोल रहा हूँ कि if you want to build the HA, let's suppose you build both firewall in the HA, okay? So you are going to make any changes on this firewall. Let's suppose they are in the HA. So this will automatically sync the configuration to the another firewall. This is clear?
Yes.
But if you are going to make any changes in the HA section here, it will not sync to the another firewall. HA configuration is always going to local to the firewall. Rest, if I'm going to create a network routing policy, it will automatically sync once HA is going to be built. Is it clear? नहीं समझ में आया?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's do. So first we have to enable the HA. So I'll go here and enable HA, we have to define any group ID, and the group ID should be same on the both of the firewall. So I have to use the any number between 1 to 63. So I'll use the, let's suppose 12. Description, this is my active passive HA. So you have to select the mode active passive from here. Now it is asking what is the HA1 peer IP address. So that's why you require the peer IP. So we are using the 1/4 as the HA. So what is my peer? 16.6. Any IP you can use that. That is a non-routable IP. So I'm going to use 16.16.16.2 here. So I'll just use 16.16.16.2. And let's suppose I have the another backup link for the control link. Let's suppose I have 2 links, then it is going to be used here, but I don't have any backup link. So I'll just click OK. This is the very first thing. So whatever the group ID you configure, that is going to be same. The mode should be the same for the another firewall. Now it is asking the HA control link configuration. See here. So HA1 link configuration. Just click on the setting button. So we are configuring 1/4 as a control link because we have done this. So I'll go and what is my local IP address? That is 16.16.16.1. So I'll go here 16.16.16.1, net mask 255.255.255.0. Click OK. That's done. Now it is asking the control backup. We don't have anything. It is asking data link. Data link is basically my this interface 1/5. So I'll go here and select the 1/5. This interface can use the IP, cannot use the IP. It's not mandatory. If you want to use IP, you can use that 1515. Even if you don't want to use the IP, it is also going to work because it's just layer 2 transport interfaces. So it is not mandatory to use IP. So I'm not going to use the IP as a best practice. But if I want to use, I will show in the active. So that is done. No data backup link. So this is my HA1 link configuration, HA2 link configuration. Now here is the active passive setting. And right now it's showing the active passive is link status shutdown. So if I explain right now this concept, you guys will not understand. So just hold on. There is 2 options, auto and the shutdown. So I'll explain later on. Okay, just hold on this thought. Now here is the device selections. Which device is going to be primary? So as I mentioned, my all device should have the same priority 100. But if I want to make the primary, I should lower down the my device priority, or the election is going to happen based on the MAC address. There is a MAC address of firewall. See, management MAC address. So whatever is going to be lower, that is going to become my active. So I will just make as a 50 and preemption I will enable. That's all. And my configuration is done now. I'll just commit from here. I'll go another firewall, device. Here again, I'll make the enable HA, group 12. Description I'll put active passive HA. Peer IP 16.16.16.1 because I'm on the firewall 2. So this is my peer IP address. Okay. I'll use this is my 1/4. Sorry. And the local 16.16.16.2. 0. I'll click OK. Data link, I'll just go and select my port. That is my this 1/5. There is no IP for time being. Here I'll just use a default preemption line enable because it's a higher, so it is going to become my secondary. Shutdown, I'll leave it as shutdown. I'll explain what does means. I'll commit it. So now I have done the HA configuration for the both of the firewall. Now let me move to the dashboard again. And if I move in dashboard, you can see now the HA has been highlighted and you can see one link is showing up, but local mode is active, but still some parameters are showing in the unknown status. So let's wait. Once this is going to be configured, then you will probably see the sync is going to be happen. So now you see most of the parameter has been matched and HA is now okay. So you can see the mode is active passive and this local firewall is active. Why it is active, Imtiaz? Why it is active? Why it is active?
Sir, there is a two. If suppose any link goes down, then it will it work as a standby.
No, why local mode is showing active right now for this PA01 firewall, and why it's showing the passive?
Lowest priority, right?
Yes, lowest priority Imtiaz.
Oh, yes.
Yes, because you set the priority, na?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank
Lowest
you,
priority.
Imran. Yes, because it's become active because we set the lowest priority.
Yes.
Now we see configuration is not sync. So very first time when you just build the HA, you have to do the manual configuration sync. So
Okay.
just click, because there is no configuration, but still the configuration is going to sync. You just click on the sync configuration and it will take a little bit time and your configuration is going to be sync also. So then it's going to become a full HA of the firewall. Just wait. See, now it's a synchronized. Clear? So I just done the manual sync and now it's a synchronized, guys. So it's a done. Moving next. So now my HA has been built. Now you go here, see this interface also showing green. And go here.
Synchronization
say
we do
something?
only for. Yes, sir. Synchronization हमेशा manual करना
Can
पड़ेगा
you
automatic होगा.
can you speak closer to the mic? Your voice is very low.
Hello.
Yes, please go ahead. Yeah, please go ahead.
सिंक्रोनाइजेशन आपने अभी मैनुअल किया है, क्या हर टाइम ऐसा ही करना पड़ता है या फर्स्ट टाइम ओनली?
Very first time when you building the configuration, you have to do the manual synchronization, not always. But when you build the first time HA, you just do the manual synchronization.
Okay.
Okay. Rest it will automatically.
Okay.
I'll show you the configuration. Now I will not do synchronization. Okay, it will happen automatically. So right now I'm going to configure this firewall to go this PC on the internet. Okay. So what is the bare minimum configuration required to access this PC from here to internet? What all things is required in the Palo Alto Firewall? What is the first thing required? And what is the second thing required? What is the third thing required? And so on.
NAT policy and security policy.
NAT policy.
Routing.
The second, security policy.
It is routing.
Yes. So these are the minimum 3 things is going to be required. Okay. So to make it workable. So we required one of default route. That is the first thing toward the internet. Then we required because of private. So NAT is going to require, that is my source NAT. And security policy from this DMJ to internet and trust to internet. So let me do that. But I will do the configuration on the primary and you will see all configuration is going to replicate on the secondary as well. So let's see that. So very first thing, when I just want to assign my WAN. Sandur, you asking something?
We need to configure the VIP, right? Like,
No, VIP is not required here.
oh, okay.
Just wait. Probably in active, there is some floating IP concept. So it's equal to the VIP, but here is nothing is going to require like similar to VIP. It's pure like similar to the HSRP and VRRP. Okay, Sandur?
Okay, got it.
Just wait. Let me show you. First, let me configure the LAN. So there's 2 LAN, 1x2, 1x3. So let me go here. And 1x2, what is the IP address? 192.168. So layer 3, and this is going to be my default security zone. I'll make as a DMZ. And I'll click OK. I'll go in the IP, and this is going to be 192.168.10.1/24. And I'll go and allow management profile as well. And I'll allow ping SSH HTTPS. Just for the basic reachability, I'll click OK. 1x3 also we have. And I'll go here. This is my, for the default security zone is going to be my trust. Okay, IPv4. 172. 16 10.1/24. This is going to be management config. Okay. Now I have this interface one by one. Let me first check this IP is free or not. So let me check one. This IP should not be pingable, then only assign. Yes, not pinging, so I can assign. You guys can check from this management PC. Same thing. So let me go this interface, and this is going to be again my layer 3 interface. This is the default, but this is going to be untrust. I click OK. I'll go here. I'll just put 192.168.1.128/24. Okay, this is done. I'll click OK. So interface has been configured. Now let me go in the virtual router. So I'll define the routing toward the internet, default route, and I'll put here 0.0.0.0. This is my interface, and the gateway 192.168.1.1. Okay. Now I require the NAT policy. So I'll go here, source NAT, original packet. It is going to come from these two zone, DMJ, and it is going to from the trust. Both zone destination, they are going to untrust. And this is my interface. Source address, I'll put 192.168.10.0/24. Another I have sources 172.16.10.0/24 because we have the two different zone. Translated address, I'll do the source NAT, and I will just overload on the interface IP address. That's done. Now NAT is done. Now I have to do the security policy. So security policy, I'll go here and let me DMZ trust to untrust policy, because I'm just allowing the both source policy, the trust zone, and I want to allow from DMJ. I will add the 192.168.10.0/24. I will get 172.16.10.0/24. Destination is going to be my untrust, and it is going to be allowed. This is also done. So I just configure one of the firewall, and I'll just do the commit. And you will see that this is by default, this firewall is going to get all the configuration once the commit is going to done. Meanwhile, let me set up the PCs. So let me see if these PCs have the IP or not, DMJ PC. So IP config. So this is have the IP. Let me go. Already I configured before the class. Just save the time so you guys can do the PC IP configuration as well. So I'll go here, CMD. IP config. This is also IP config. Okay, so just wait. Once the commit is done. So I did configuration on the first firewall, and let me refresh. See, the configuration automatically pushed to the secondary firewall. Makes sense? And if I go in the network, you can see this is the my interfaces. Now this is showing in the red, and here it is showing in the green. So what does means? Is it down or not down? Any guess? Anyone?
Maybe standby.
Okay, Chandana, I noted. Any guess? It's showing green on the primary firewall, but it's showing red on the secondary firewall. Is it
Because
normal?
that's the passive node, isn't it? Like, so.
It is standby.
Actually, sir, there is showing shut now. That's why it's showing shut down ready here.
Where shirt is
While you
showing?
while you configure the HA,
Uh-huh.
the time you showing the R2 and shut.
Yes.
But
So guys, it's a normal. If it is a shutdown, this is why I not explained during the configuration. If it is in a shutdown mode, so see in primary firewall also is showing a shutdown. Secondary firewall also is showing shutdown. But your primary is showing green and secondary is showing red. See, so what does mean?
Okay. Are we using the same IPs on both the firewalls?
No, different IP. But same IP is there, na? So config is going to be same. HA is going to same configuration of both firewall.
Okay,
HA means
that makes sense.
everything is going
That's
to
why
be same.
it's
No, that's why
that's
it's
why it is
not.
down now.
It's not down. It's a normal behavior. Let me make them up.
Right. Okay. Got it.
If I just configure the auto, it will become the up green, both of the firewall. Let me do that. Here auto also. So shutdown means if your firewall is in a standby, that time your all data interfaces are going to be in the down state. Once the firewall is going to become again active, it will automatically become up. That's the mean of the shutdown. But if I make the auto, either my firewall is a standby or active. In both scenario, my interfaces are going to be green. So you'll see after some time it will become a green. See, it's become green now. This firewall also green.
Okay.
This firewall also green.
But
That's
the
it.
op will be, but it will respond to the op only from the active, right?
Yeah, this is response is only going to happen from the active only. But that's the meaning of
Yeah.
the red on gray. So if you find its interface is showing a red, it's a normal for the secondary firewall. But if you want to make a
Yeah.
green, just make it the auto.
Okay.
Imtiaz, Deepak, Tushar, Subhas, Brajesh, clear?
Sir, in production environment, what we can use? That are
Auto use, shutdown use, anything you can use. Both are fine. There is no problem. Some people are going to use the auto, some are going to use the, shutdown as well. Anything you can use. There is no hard and fast rule. But by default, it's shutdown mode only. Default is shutdown if you don't change anything. Okay, clear? Shall I move next?
So, the status will on the passive firewall will still remain up even we don't change it from shutdown to auto,
Yes,
or will
it
it
will
remain?
it will remain change even a shutdown, but it will automatically become a green once the failover is going to be happen. Once this firewall becomes active, the interface automatically become a green, and this interface will become the red. That's only difference is going to happen.
Okay.
Okay. So now let me go and check, do I have internet connectivity or not? So if I'll ping here 1.1.1.1, let's see. See, I'm able to reach the internet from this firewall. Let me go here also. So how I can check which firewall is carrying my traffic? So just go on the firewall, go in the monitor, go in the session browser. You see these all, let me ping from this PC with a different destination. So this is going to show you all the live traffic for the 1.1 8.0. But if you go to the secondary, go in the monitor session, there is no traffic, just management traffic, just self address traffic. There's no traffic coming from the user. So that's proving right now all traffic is going to pass via the primary firewall. Is it clear? Because it's active. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what if this firewall is going to be down? Is it going to fail over? Let's test it. So how can I make it down? I can shut down this firewall, then it is going to be down, but it will take again 10 to 15 minutes to turn on the firewall. So instead of the going and do the full firewall down, you just go here and suspend the local device, meaning it's going to be same. Means brain is going to be dead of the firewall. And this is how you can do the failover in the real production environment also. So once I make the suspend of this firewall, my traffic should automatically fail over to the secondary firewall, and this must be become as an active firewall. So let me do that. I go in the operational command and suspend the local. Now job is done. And see here, packet is lost. Here also packet is lost. Let's see, 2 packet lost. After 2 packet lost, again it start working. So which firewall is going to carry the traffic? Can you see? Now it's become the active firewall. So, and if I go here again, monitor, you see all traffic is start coming in the secondary firewall. Make sense? Is it clear? So my seamless failover is happening in case of the firewall down. Now you guys tell me, if I turn on this firewall again, will the traffic is going to shift or not?
Shift.
Yes,
Why it is going to shift?
Crimson is the enable there.
Yes, this is what I want to listen. So if I make this local again functional, so you will see after it will take 1 minute time because it just synchronized. You see, it starts initializing. Still the mode is local, but after some time it will become the active, and again you are going to see some disruption in the packet, and your packet is going to be again switched to the primary firewall. Just wait. It will automatically become the active. So we tested the preemption and we tested for the my manual failover as well. Just wait. So still local is active. It will come 100%. Now it's done. See, it's become active. That's why the packet loss was happened. See, both firewall, and now it's again processing the packet because it become the active. And you see here again, we have the log on the primary firewall. Secondary firewall, again, we do not have anything. See, it's complete empty. So this is how I can do the failover. Is it clear? Everyone happy till here? Any doubt? Okay, good, good. Now, so we understand the first scenario when my in Palo Alto is going to be down, then it is a failover is going to happen. Let's suppose I have another scenario. What if this link is going to be down? This link is going to be down, or might be I have a cloud issue in the ISP domain. So this firewall is, let's suppose this link is up. Just forget about this link is not down, but your WAN link is down. But still this firewall is going to be active. All traffic is going to hit, and they are going to be black hole here. Means all traffic is going to drop by the firewall. So this is not a good idea. So I should do something in a configuration. So even my link is going to create a problem. My cloud having any problem, still my failover should happen. So that is known as the link and path monitoring. So path is basically it is going to ping your end-to-end path. It is going to check. If the path having a problem, the failover is going to happen. If link is having problem, the failover is going to happen. So how it is going to be done? I can go in the firewall, go in the HA. Here is a link and path monitoring. So in this link monitoring, you can see there is a condition in link monitor. You want to enable any link failure or all link failure. So let's suppose you want to monitor this LAN link, this WAN link, this WAN link, these two LAN link. So if you make a condition, any means out of 3, any link is going to fail. Let's suppose 1 by 1, 1 by 2, and 1 by 3, the failover is going to trigger. But if I make all, that means unless or until all links are going to fail, the failover is not going to trigger. So this is not recommended. If all is going to be down, that means the firewall is down. So go with any. Now I'll just go and add the link. So LAN, WAN, link monitoring. And I'll just select the links. This link I want to monitor. This link I want to monitor. This link I want to monitor. Click OK. The job has been done. Now I'll go and check for the path monitoring. Path also, I can just put the multiple destination route for my data center, my ISP next hop IP, my Google DNS. And out of that, I can monitor. So where I can do that? In virtual router. Go here, and that is my default router. And I just use a destination like 1.1.1 global DNS. So it will keep checking whether this destination are reachable from this link or not. If it is going to be unreachable, that means their path is having a problem. So that is going to be monitored from here. So I'll click commit. So this is done. Now you guys tell me, if I make this configuration here, is it going to reflect to secondary firewall or not? If I made the configuration on the primary, will it reflect on the secondary?
No,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yeah, reflect.
It should reflect.
I mentioned na, any HA configuration is not
It
going to reflect. Chandra is right, she is right. Brajesh, Imtiaz, Subhas, I mentioned na, if you are doing any HA configuration, it will local to the firewall. Except HA, it is going to sync to another firewall. Let me show you. So it's a part of the HA. So if I go here again, let me show you. See, there is no configuration. Even the commit has been done. So in HA section, even in configuration going to do that, it's always going to local to the firewall in active passive case. Active case, some partial configuration is going to be reflected. So it is going to be again any, and here I'll go here and just LAN WAN link. Okay. I'll just monitor this one.
Vishal, for the path monitoring, it uses ICMP, right?
Yes, ICMP prop.
Like, is there any way we can change that, or it's only ping
No,
that
it's
it
just a ping. You
uses?
can see these are ping intervals. So ICMP packet is going to there. We don't have any option.
Okay. Right. Okay.
It's already predefined ICMP.
Okay.
We do not have the HTTP prop, HTTPS props.
Yeah, I know.
I can sense, right? So let me go and save. So now it's done. So now you see this is firewall is active, this firewall is passive, and these are still pinging to destination. So let's see if I can show link monitoring. I can show you, but path probably I cannot show you, but let me try. Even I can do for the path also. Let me see, what is this device? What is this? Okay, window PC. Let me see. I believe we configure for the path monitoring for this device also.
What about the cloud, the before that, like the internet one?
This is just a cloud. This is just integrating for
That's a
the,
cloud, not a router, yeah?
and not router. This is a PC. I just configure for the path monitoring. I just want to show the path monitoring. So just hold on. So instead of this DNS, what I'll do that I'll configure this PC IP for the path, and I'll make the PC down, and then we'll see the failover is going to be happen. Just wait. But let me first check the link monitoring. So now you can see this traffic is moving on this router, and this is also moving. So what if I go and make this link down? So my failover should trigger, right? Because I'm monitoring this link. You all agree? Right, guys? The failover should trigger, right? So let me do that. So I'll suspend this link. So link has been suspended, and you see my traffic has been dropped. So let's see if failover happening or not. 2 packet loss, 2 packet loss, 3 packet loss. So it's take a bit longer time, but your failover finally happens. See? And now you are going to see here the region link down. And that's why the failover happened. Make sense? I make the link down, and this firewall become the active, and local is down. And you see, this is become the active. Make sense, guys? Clear? So let me
Yes.
unsuspend this link. So it is going to become a primary again. Meanwhile, let me set up this PC and see what is happening in this PC. So I can show you the path monitoring also. So I'll go here and let me check what is the IP of this PC. So first, let me see, firewall should be disabled on this PC. Let me see. Okay, so firewall is already off on this PC. And let me check what is IP address. So IP config is 169. Let me say it's a manual or it's a automatic. So I want to show the path monitoring as well. So basically, I don't have any available path for real time. So I'll just use this PC as a path and I'll show you. Okay, so let's focus. This is the IP address 169. It's taking the automatic. So what I'll do that, I'll just use this path 169 IP address. I'll just monitor it. So what I can do that, you see this become again active, okay? And this become again passive. But in path monitoring, what I'll do that, I'll go in the device and I'll add the IP address. Let me remove this all. I'll just use 192.168.1 dot. What is the IP address? 169. So I just want to monitor this one. This should be the 169. Okay, and I'll commit. So I'm just going to monitor this. Firewall will keep trying to ping this particular path, IP of this particular PC. So I'll just change here as well. One 192.168.1.169. I'll click OK, commit, and we'll see. Now done. And see, everything is fine. Still, commit is done, but everything is fine. Okay. So now my path monitoring is also configured and it is working fine because the firewall is able to reach that particular IP address. But what if I just make the interface shut down? Let me suspend this interface. The moment I will suspend this interface, it should have the failover because that IP is going to become the unreachable. Just wait for a while. See, the one packet has been lost. Can you just click on here? Your path is down. Clear? So we tested the path monitoring as well. So I basically trace this IP address and I just cut this network. And you can see even it's showing the path is down. Is it clear, guys? You can see the logs, link monitoring and path monitoring. If I resume again, it will back again normal after some time. Okay, so that's
सर
yes, please.
रियल एनवायरनमेंट में तो मल्टीपल डेस्टिनेशन होगा तो अपन कैसे आइडेंटिफाई करेंगे कौन से क्या करना है
You have to figure out now what is your critical data center IP address, what is your like public IP address. So being a network architect, आपको ये पता होगा. अगर आप उस लेवल पर नहीं हो तो you just have to follow your network architect. They will tell you. Somebody have to be decision maker, ना? in organization. या तो आप बन जाओ, right? You learn too much, like you sit on the top of the company, so you know everything, so you can decide by yourself, or you just follow your seniors who have the more knowledge than you. They will design your LLD, HLD, and they will tell you which IP need to monitor, which IP you do not need to monitor. Okay?
Okay, sir.
So धीरे धीरे आप करोगे तो आप भी उस लेवल पे आ जाओगे where you decide like which is my critical application.
Okay, sir.
Yes, Andur, you have anything to ask?
Now, where do you get the HA logs? Does
Oh,
it
HA
store in a
log.
separate?
No, there is no separate log, right? You can just get the traffic. There is no such separate system information you can get from here. So here,
Okay,
HA logs,
state.
state change, you can see
Okay, got it. Over there.
system information. You can see the HA critical change state, group active to passive. And
Does
you
it tell you the reason, like why it is down? Okay, it's showing that 169 is down. That's fine. That's fine, man.
yeah,
If you see the high, the path monitor down, it shows the reason.
yes, this IP is down.
Yeah, got it.
Clear? So even have the logs as well. And if you go a little bit backside, so link is also going to show down. Probably somewhere it is going to show. So just figure out which link. See, this is the link, right? Link change one by one. Okay, so this is all about the active passive. Shall we move to the active?
Sir, I just want to know, you shut down that port near, for that cloud, that E0 port. How did the failover happen? Because the other firewall also won't be able to reach that destination.
No. See, I just monitor the path from this. Primarily is going to track. Secondary is not going to track. Okay.
Okay.
So my failover is going to happen. So this is already suspended. So this will never go into failover back to this one. So
Okay,
if
so we are not monitoring the destination from that passive firewall.
passive is going to monitor definitely. Passive is also going to monitor the same destination. We configure whatever destination it is going to monitor, but condition is going to apply for the active only at a one time. If it's already done the failover, then this will just have to work. Even this path is unreachable, but it is going to become the active. Might be this have the different path, or might be just ignore the error. But this firewall always check the condition which is the primary configured. But if this is become the passive, become active, there is no another firewall available. So this will not do again failover. Even we have the path monitor configured. You got it? Your question is valid, but only from active point of view, all monitoring is going to happen.
Okay.
Okay. So let me stop and let's move to the active passive.
One more thing, Vijal.
Yes, please go ahead.
On the internet side, like if you have a BGP session instead of static, will it be in idle state on the standby or it will be in active? Like, I mean, the BGP session.
For this firewall, right?
This firewall, yeah.
This is going to be active. This is going to be active.
BGP. Okay.
This is going to be active because see, when you just build the session, active passive session, so what is going to happen in production, you have to take the /29 IP address.
Right.
Okay. So
Yeah.
this is going to be same IP address, right? But on the upper side, they have a different IP address. So they're just going to build the session from the both of the neighbors.
Okay.
But might be we have the two ISP. One ISP might be going to act as a set of the one BGP. Another is going to be set of the another BGP. So you can use
Passive firewall interface, it won't respond to anything, right? It won't be responding to the auth.
Passive
By
firewall
making any.
interface. Your question is right. Yes, definitely it's a right. But let me think a scenario. Your question is valid. Yeah, you're right. Definitely you're right. So it is not going to respond, but in which scenario it is going to make the BGP never safe? No, let me show you. Okay, I got your question. Yes, you're right. Right. Because the same IP is going to be there only, right? So if same
Exactly,
IP,
that's what I'm.
this router cannot build a two neighborship. Yes, you're right. If I'm going to build the IBGP, VGP is with the same IP only going to from the primary router. So it is going to be downstage. You're right, Sandu. Sorry, my bad.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just thinking in active scenario, so that was a different case. I'm going to discuss.
Okay.
Okay, so let me stop it. Just give me